Good morning. I just wanted to start my day with you and record this just gentle morning practice. Sometimes in the morning I'm not ready to get up and start moving or go through a really strong flow. So this is just a short movement and meditation practice that I wanted to share with you. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. I would recommend having maybe a pillow. If you don't have a bolster, you can roll up a blanket and just kind of keep it as compact as you can so it's a little bit longer to fit your spine. So we are going to start lying down on our backs. Have a bolster, blanket, or whatever you have handy. And just come down flat with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Adjust your shoulders so they're flat. And we're just going to try and stay in the body. So I like to place my left hand over my chest, right hand over the stomach, and allow your body to just get really weighted, really heavy. Take long, even breaths. Maybe the breath starts in the belly or starts in the chest. But just let it expand organically from where it feels most dominant, out in every direction. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out of your mouth. Just making sure that there's nothing shallow about the breath you're taking. Breathe in through your nose. And a long, even breath out of your mouth. When you're ready, you're going to let your left knee fall to the left side if you don't have a dog in the way, just like you would in a one-legged Uttanasana. So what we'll do is move that left foot straight down to the end of your mat. Keep your toes turned out, and then slide your foot back up so your knee comes back out to the side. And then you do that a couple times. Slide your foot down. Keep your toes turned out, and then slide your foot back up until your knees bent in that half Uttanasana. Extend your left leg out straight, toes are turned out, and then pull it back in. You might get some nice little hip cracks or adjustments. Just slide it out and back in a couple more times. The next time that your knee is bent and up and out to the side, use your left hand and just push your left leg back upright. Take your right knee out to the right side, and then slide your right foot straight down to the end of your mat. Keep your toes turned out, and then slide your knee up, back into that half Uttanasana. Extend your foot out, straight leg, toes are turned out, so we're in external rotation. And then slide it back up. Couple more, slide all the way out long. Try and keep your pelvis level, so as you're moving your leg up and down, sliding it on your mat, you don't feel like you're rocking too much in your lower back or in the pelvis. Really just trying to isolate this movement. The next time that your foot slides in and your knees bent, bring your knees together. Bring both your knees into your chest and just give them a squeeze and maybe a little roll side to side. We're going to take the bolster or whatever you have and place that right underneath the spine for supported fish. So you'll bring the block, bolster, whatever it is, close to the back of your bum and your low back. You want your bum flat on the floor though. And then just let yourself drape over top of this. You can have your legs remain straight. You can have your feet flat, your knees resting together. Or if it's more comfortable or you want to stay in that opening of the hip, feet together and both knees out into Baddha Konasana. Reach your arms up and out overhead. If they can connect to the ground, that's great. If you feel like this puts too much strain on your shoulders, you can definitely take your arms to a cactus or just down by your sides. Breathe into the front of the body. Noticing more expansion, the navel rising, your rib cage lifting and separating, creating more space across the solar plexus. And movement in your chest, an inflation that spreads all the way out across the collarbones. Take 3 more breaths. Feel the lower body get heavier and heavier. And when you're ready, just quite simply roll onto your side, rolling off of the bolster or blanket that you have. Rest for a moment. And slowly start to come up and sit. Just sit comfortably, however that works for you. You can cross your legs. If you need to sit up on a pillow, that's great too. Just place your hands on your knees and start to rock yourself in circles, Sufi grind. Rolling your chest forward to the side, a little bit of a cat stretch as you roll back. And just keep circling a few times. Just organic movement. Practicing in the morning is just really lovely to stay in the body instead of jumping straight into the mind. When we wake up, if you have the tendency for your mind to just take over, unrolling your mat and getting into your body is so helpful. Change directions. Our breath can be quite shallow overnight, so take this time to just use really long, full breaths to utilize as much of your lung capacity as you can. Couple more circles and breaths. Try to find little flexions in every direction with your spine. Come to center. If your legs have been crossed, just change the cross so the opposite leg is out in front or on top. And take your left hand to the floor and just reach your right arm up and over. Take a deep breath in, pushing your right sitting bone into the floor. As you exhale, turn your chest and your gaze just a little bit to the ceiling. Inhale, come all the way up. Release your right hand down on the ground and lift your left arm up and over. Press your left sitting bone into the mat. Really reach and extend. Take a breath in. With that exhale, just turn a little bit, even just your eyes for a moment up to the ceiling. Next inhale, reach up. Place your left hand back on the mat. Reach your right arm up and over. This time, reach forward and out across the top of your mat. Circle your right hand out to the right side and then left arm up and over. You're going to sweep forward with the left arm. All the way across, fold forward as much as you can, and then right arm up and over. Float your right arm forward, sweep it across, left arm follows, reach up and over. Moving through those side bends a couple more times, reach out, circle right arm over, reach out, and left arm over. Keep your left arm extended. Turn your heart towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your left hand onto your right knee and then lift up to a straight spine and twist to the right, sliding your right hand around behind you. And just slowly starting to take your gaze past your right shoulder. Feel the breath again, deep in the body. Perhaps notice it in the sides of the body, your rib cage, the sides of your chest. Inhale, reach both arms overhead and untwist. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Bring your right hand to the floor and reach your left arm up and over. Sweep forward, reach across. You're going to bring your left hand out to the left side, your right arm over and pause. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, place your right hand on top of your left knee. Lift up to a straight spine, left hand behind you, and start to twist to the left. Feel the breath moving into the sides of the body, the waist, the rib cage, and the sides of the chest. Expanding your awareness, and just using the breath to guide that awareness into the peripheries of the body. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead and untwist. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Bring your feet flat to the floor in front of you. Wrap your arms around your legs, just rounding the spine and dropping your forehead down onto your knees. With your next inhale, slowly come to sit up. Extend your legs out in front. And then using whatever you have with you again, maybe that same pillow or bolster. You can place it over top of your legs. It can be quite close to your stomach. You're just going to drape yourself over. So you can prop things up as much as you want if you need a little bit more elevation. And then just let your arms drape, let your head and shoulders rest and roll over the support. We're here for a little while, so do what you need to get comfortable. Notice if you're gripping, pulling, or holding tension in your body. Notice what you can do to let it go. If you want, you can press your tongue up into the roof of the mouth. It can help release tension in the jaw if you find that you hold your teeth really tightly together. As your arms get heavier and heavier, and just really use gravity to drop you into this further. And take about 10 more breaths. So just try and observe the flow of your breath. Last 3 full breaths. Slowly start to come up. Just set all your things aside. Bring your feet again flat to the floor, this time wide. Your hands behind you. Just puff up your chest, lift your chin and your gaze up to the ceiling, and try and push your navel forward, opening the front of the body. And slowly drop your knees side to side. Just find easy windshield wiper movements, right and left. The next time that your knees drop over to the right side, you're going to allow the knees to stay staggered and then just lift and turn into a twist. So both legs about 90 degrees. If you want, you can bring support right up close to your right thigh and bring your elbows down onto it. Move that support out as far as you need to so you don't feel like you're compressing your right waist. And then just lengthen, ease down any amount. If you want to come right down and rest or straight down to rest even on the floor, can work well. Take a few more breaths here. Slowly start to come up. If you're using support, just slide it over to the other side. Sweep your knees up and just go side to side once more. Just a little bit of a flush. And then knees drop to the left and slowly start to roll onto that left leg, outer left hip. So both legs are staggered, about 90 degrees at each knee. And then turn slowly, bringing the support that you need under your arms just to make it a little more comfortable to rest. And just allow whatever asymmetries show up in your body to be there. Generally, when we're waking up in the morning, we've slept on one side dominantly, or just depending on what we're feeling in the body, we need to give it permission to be there. Take a couple more breaths. And slowly come to center. If you need that little flush again, just knees to each side one more time. And then when you're ready, you'll cross your left foot. So it's just paralleling the shin in front of you to the top of your mat or wherever you're practicing. You can extend the right leg out, flex the foot, and just sit up tall and draw the flesh back from your sitting moments. And just see how it feels to have your left knee and leg resting. If you feel like your knee's not coming to the floor really easily, you can put a block underneath it. You're going to slide the right foot in now and then up and on top of the left knee. If you have a lot of distance between your right knee and your left foot, you can also put a block in that space as well. If you get twisting in your knee, this version of double pigeon, you can actually bring your block in front of the left knee and place your ankle down a little bit lower. Sometimes that just feels like it creates less twist. If you can, no blocks, shins parallel, and make sure the structure in the ankle is still there. Lengthen up and ease forward. Ease forward any amount, and again, use whatever you need to kind of drape yourself over your legs. Don't make this too intense. We're here for a little while, so just find a place where you can still breathe. That full, even breath. And if it gets too intense, just sit upright. Sitting tall is great here too. Try to settle into the alignment you've chosen and move your awareness back to your breath. Right when you feel the temptation to leave the pose, to fidget the body, bring your breath low, send it into the lower back, send it into the pelvis. And just see if you can visualize space. Take 2 more deep breaths. And slowly start to lift yourself up. Lean back a little bit so you can uncross your legs. Send them out, and any movement that feels good, just give them a little rock side to side. When you're ready, bend your left knee so you can tuck your right foot across and parallel your front shin here. Extend your left leg back out and just sit up tall and see how it feels to have the legs flat to the floor. And then any support you need under the right knee perhaps, or maybe sitting up a little bit higher on something. When you're ready, bring your left ankle up and across your right thigh. So the ankle placement's so key. If your foot falls inside the leg and you kind of see your foot start to point and your ankle get lots of wrinkles, we really want to try and keep it out. So lift your legs as much as you need to have that square sort of box-like shape in the lower legs. Draw flesh back, make sure your sitting bones are connected as evenly as possible, and then slowly start to come forward again. As you rest into double pigeon, this side might feel different again, so little adjustments are great, but then commit to the posture. If the first few breaths are the most intense, keep a little flexion in the feet. Keep a little bit of a toning sensation in your abdomen. Take a deep breath in that's going into the back of the body. When you're folded forward, imagine these channels, these balloon-like channels up the sides of your spine that you're filling with breath. And after the first few waves of the intensity settle down a little bit, start to soften. Soften the toning in the stomach. Soften any gripping in the hips or tension in the jaw. And just breathe. Breathe into the body. Breathe into sensation. And the breath can be going really low, the low back and into the pelvic bowl. And keep the breath deep. We're here for a few more moments still. If there's a reel of thoughts starting to come up and through the mind, try and quiet them down. Feel the sensation in the body. Allow yourself to stay in the body for a little bit longer. Not just for the posture, not just for the sake of the practice, but for the sake of the whole day. Your mind is going to have lots of time and opportunity to be busy. Really try and make this time about you and physically, energetically what you need. Start to slowly come up and just lean back a little bit so you can uncross your legs again. You can extend them out. Just find any movement that you need. When you're ready, you're just going to come to a comfortable seat. Do as much as you need. Little wiggly movements in the hips is great. I like to sit up a little bit higher, just a little more comfortable for my back. And just find a comfortable alignment. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and push your palms up really high. Bring your hands behind your head. Hold the weight of your head and let your head drop back. And take your gaze up. One more big breath that fills across your chest and your underarms. And as you exhale, allow your hands to come to your lap. Have your palms face up. If your mind is really scattered and really busy, palms face down. But if we can begin with just this open gesture, that would be great. Close your eyes. And feel a sense of lingering energy in the body. A sense of space, perhaps, that you've created in your hips in just those few simple stretches. Connect to the movement of your breath. And the rhythm of your heartbeat, maybe detecting it in your chest, in your stomach, wherever else you might feel that pulsation in your body. Practicing Nadi Shodhana, you're going to use the right hand. Your index and middle finger can either go right between your eyebrows or down to the heel of your hand into Vishnu Mudra. So you're going to use the ring finger and the thumb close up to the face. Your ring finger is going to be hovering next to your left nostril and your right thumb hovering next to your right nostril. Keep both nostrils open and breathe in, sitting up tall. And then close the right nostril and exhale from the left side. Empty all the way out, and then inhale through the left side. Close the left nostril and exhale out the right side. Inhale through the right side. And then close the right to exhale from the left. Inhale through the left. And then close the left and exhale out the right side. Following that with an inhale on the right side. And close the right and exhale out of the left side. Keep going. Inhale through the left side. And then close it, right side, exhale. Right side, inhale. Close the right nostril, left side, exhale. Left side, inhale. And repeat the pattern. You're alternating sides after the inhale, so the exhale out is out of the opposite nostril. attention on the breath. Take a few more rounds. If you're comfortable with holding the inhale, you can close both nostrils and hold the breath, retaining it before switching sides. If you're pregnant, never hold the breath. But if finding that suspension at the top feels good now that the breath, this technique is familiar, you can explore that for the last few cycles. The next time that you're inhaling through the left nostril, let that complete the cycle. Let your hand rest down and breathe naturally. Take your hands to the lower abdomen and try and send your breath into the lower body, into the pelvic bowl, the hips, and the legs. Nadi Shodhana means the sweet breath. The alternate nostril technique is balancing to Ida and Pingala, the feminine and masculine sides to the body. We want to try and stay in the body. So sending this awareness low, feeling grounded, which we need right now. Feeling connected to earth, connected to yourself. Feel the face calm and the mouth, the jaw quiet and soft. Trying to stay in the body and stay in sensation. Keep your right hand over your lower abdomen and your left hand's going to come up over your heart. And just feel the warmth of your hand over your chest and over your stomach. Connect to these points of contact. And try to recall the feeling. So try and stay in sensation of gratitude. It doesn't have to be for anything specific. Just try and cultivate the feeling of gratitude. It could feel like love. It could feel like safety, security. It might be just for these senses, these physical sensations that we can detect. Stay in the feeling. Drop the awareness back down. Bring your left hand back over top of the right one, still low on the abdomen. Take a deep breath in. And breathe out of your mouth. And place your hands against your legs. And just simply sit. Being in the body, notice the state of observation. And just stay. Just simply sit. Please feel free to stay sitting or lying down if you want to finish in Shavasana or just stay in this seated meditation. Thank you so much for taking time to be on your mat and stay in your body a little longer. Collectively, we can support one another from a distance. So thank you for tuning in and for doing what you need to take care of yourself in this time. The light within me honors the light within each and every one of you. Namaste.